Alright guys, it's an overcast, foggy day. There's a river down there somewhere, I promise. We got the old Plan B loaded up with the skid steer, and the mini excavator already got it unchained, and we got to do a little warranty job today. Alright guys, getting unloaded, getting set up here, kind of figuring out what we got. This is one of the last houses we built, Simon Harris Construction. I don't think it was the last house, but it was one of the last few. House is 3 going on 4 years old. But nevertheless, they got a small basement leak. It's an ICF basement, but it's not an ICF house. Got a pretty good idea of what's going on, so that's what we're here to address today, and see if we can figure out what's going on there. There has been a couple videos come out of this location, mostly to do with that pole barn back there. We put this road in and leveled off that pad for the pole barn, and we come back and got the inside ready to go up to grade. But yeah, we're gonna walk around here, see what we got. The whole trick's gonna be to they got a really nice yard, we got a really nice place, period. So we don't want to destroy any more than we have to. We got to go around to the back side of the house and see what we got. So there we go. All right, guys. So here's what's going on. We got kind of a goofy inside corner here. This is garage. 5 feet of that's crawl space. The basement takes off, and then your porch is over here. And we believe the issue is right here where the crawl space footer meets the basement wall, which is right in there. Once we get down to it, I'll explain it to you a little bit more about why I think it's leaking there and what our issue may possibly be. We got a gas line. We had this stuff located a while back, but with the gas lines right there, we do have electric and fiber optic, but they're both running that way. So I think what our initial plan here is we need to dig down and find that intersection of the crawl space footer and the basement wall, which should be right about there, and then we'll kind of assess our plan from there and see what we got.
All right, everybody, we're gonna take out the first bucket of dirt here. This is our assumption as to where the garage footer meets the basement corner. Definitely still see block there. Kind of see that block sticking out right there. I think we made a good guess. We'll see what comes of this. Hopefully nothing but good old repair.
All right, so we got this excavated out, and here's what we think is going on. So what you guys have to imagine is this is the ICF wall of the basement. That is actually a piece of brick ledge, so the true wall is over about 4 inches. This is the footer I was telling you about with that crawl space that takes off that way. Behind that brick is an ICF stem wall. So what we think is happening is through random spots like right here where there's holes in the mortar where the block meets the footer, I think water's getting in between there, using the channel between the block and the ICF as a ditch and getting into the wall right there. So we're actually going to take this little section of block out, get us a window so we can see back in there and see what we got. You ready to be destructive?
I'm ready for you to get out of my way.
Just remember, whatever you tear up, you gotta fix.
Okay.
All right. Let's get that busted out. We'll get in there and see what we got. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to show you this the best I can. It is exactly what we suspected it to be. So let's see if we can do this. This is the footer. You got 4 inches of concrete block right here, and you got a void between the ICF and here. And if you go on back, that's the actual ICF wall back there. And what we did on this house is this basement, when we dug the basement of this house, I don't have any videos on it. This was long before I was doing YouTube. This basement is sitting on solid rock. And we dug down 4 or 5 inches farther than what we needed to and put, there's one sharp rock, and put like 6 inches or 4 to 6 inches of padding underneath the footer. So the house is technically sitting on a little bit of a cushion. And then these footers are not sitting in solid rock, they're sitting up on the subsoil. It's a masonry house, it's got a brick facade. So we were really worried about there developing a crack where the basement and the footer met. So we actually notched out all the ICF and rebarred the crap of this footer to that wall. And if you guys remember on the last basement we did, we cut the waterproofing to do that. So somewhere back along there somewhere, water seeps into the ground, finds a spot like right here, for an example, gets between that block and that ICF wall, back in there, finds itself past the path of least resistance, and it gets to the end of this footer. Well, that footer is tied directly into that concrete wall. There's no good way to waterproof that right there because we cut the waterproofing to get the footer in. Now, the good news is the wall has not cracked. This masonry's been on here for about 4 years.
Too hard on the knees.
Try not to get right on the porch. The masonry has not cracked, so that was a success. The downfall is we got a water leak right there. I don't know if you guys can see, the moisture's back in there. I've been kind of digging around on the dirt and some of it's disappeared a little bit, but that's definitely our issue, which is what we thought it was. So to fix that, what we're going to do is we're going to cut a trench through the footer. So if any water does get in here, it'll find this to be the path of least resistance to come out here. We're actually going to put a pipe in out here, tie it into another one we got going on there, so that water can come out, hit the pipe, and go around. We're also going to do a bunch of notching, tarring, flashing, so if water does get to it, still does not have that as a path of least resistance. And we'll probably go ahead and tar and do everything we can to the walls we got exposed to get them all good to go. So Matt's going to hook up the hammer drill and go to Chiseltown here a little bit. I'm going to round up some supplies and hopefully we'll get this thing fixed. Alright, so here's kind of the plan. We're going to turn Matt loose and let him get that chiseled out. Do his thing there. I got a shopping list. That way we kind of know what we got, know what we need. I got a shopping list. I'm going to run after a few things and pick those up. And then hopefully we'll meet back here and be good to go. Check that out. You can start to see the river down there. Man, this place has got an absolutely incredible view. It's awesome. I don't know if it's quite as good as what Wade and Phil and Joanne have up there, but it's either a tie or a really close second. It's a beautiful place, absolutely beautiful place. So we're gonna get this skid steer unloaded, go ahead and leave it here. I'm probably gonna go to the lot and drop this trailer. If anybody's wondering, we're about 15 minutes from my office. Drop this trailer. I'm probably just gonna drive the dump truck to town to run errands and get what we need, because one of the things I do need also is a load of rock, because everything we dug out of there, we're gonna fill back in with rock so it can drain out of there properly. So might as well just do both of those at the same time. So let's get this unloaded. We'll flip up some ramps and hit the road. Might be a nice guy and grade the driveway for him. I got a few whip-de-doos up here. Alright, got skid steer unloaded, got all that stuff done. We're running a little bit pressed for time. I was gonna take this truck to town and get a load of rock. I gotta go back to town tomorrow morning for another load or for another reason. But I really need that tar today. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna park this truck, hop in the van, run to town, get what I need, and carry on with life. And at least we can get done what we need to today. So tomorrow when we go to backfill, the tar will be dry. The main thing is to get that tar on there today so it can be dried so we can backfill tomorrow. So that's what we're gonna do. That's a lot of talking. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, check that out. They just built them a nice little new duck overlook. Ain't that nice? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All right, so anyways, off of town to get tar and a few other things. We go. All right, get this beauty parked up here. We're gonna switch over and hop in the little hot rod over there. Oh yes, she's the dream vehicle. Wife's so van, man. It's a good old vehicle. It's got a lot of miles on it, not worth anything, but it sure comes in handy as a parts runner and a spare vehicle from time to time. So let me get buckled up and come on. It's hard to put a seatbelt on one hand for some reason. All right, we are off to the hardware store. Well, we didn't make it very far. I forgot something. Anybody guess what I forgot? $2020. Gotta have a mask. All right, let's try this again. All right, guys, got all my goodies. Got some paint brushes, caulk, got the tar. I even got a bale of straw back here. Most importantly, I got lunch. Let's head back out there and get this wrapped up. All right, guys, made it back from town. Matt has our trench hammer drilled out. Sun's coming out. It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice day.
Yeah, get a little warm in this.
Look at that view over there. Ain't that awesome?
That is a good view, actually.
An awesome view. So, all right, anyways.
Yeah, just so all y'all know, there's a real nice cabin for sale right over there.
Yeah, there is, right next door. Not this one, but there's an equally nice one over there. All right, so.
Same view.
Matt is got a wired wheel on the grinder. We're gonna clean that all up real well so we can get her all tarred, I guess is the word for that, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna put a pipe in there to drain that, and we know for a fact there's a pipe right here because we installed it, and we know for a fact it's low enough. So basically what I need to do is I'm gonna scratch out on the house. We gotta miss that gas line there. I dug down and exposed. Try to find this pipe so we can tie into it. So let's do it. Can't hardly see it because Matt's kneeling on it and he's in a hurry. He don't care about you guys getting videos. He just wants to go, 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 go.
You're the one who said 2:30, right? I mean, I can just take a break if that's what you want.
We got the pipe tied in over there.
Here.
We'll run it up and around. Oh yeah, there it is. What he's standing on is the existing pipe we tied into. What you see here is the new. We'll go up and around and terminate. I've been trying to clean this hole out, make sure we got what we need up in here real good. So my plan of attack on this, we're gonna take this tar here that's super sticky and really seals well. We're gonna run it between here and there and really get it pushed back in there tight. Then we'll come back and paint over top of that with some of the liquid foundation tar. And hopefully between the two, we will have ourselves a watertight seal. But the main thing is that ditch, that spot that's really cut out there in the footer. Now it should allow any water that does get in there to come down and hit this pipe and go out well before it ever hits that concrete basement wall again.
So let's talk about the go, go, go for a minute.
Uh-huh.
There once was a video, canned clay job, let's just straighten that record out. Mr. Man behind the scenes earns a full union pay. What about Matt, which is now Mr. Millennial per Dirt Perfect? I was paid to be a spotter that day. I was paid to be the guy to watch Aaron and his cuts to make sure it didn't kick back on him. I see that as a very high priority job.
Why are you?
But someone else, I'm talking to the people.
I was gonna say, I don't know why you're
Someone
getting
else
that.
decided by watching a video, they would just say, well, you didn't even deserve minimum wage. So, there, let's clear that air up right now.
I think he's talking to you guys, but for some reason he's looking right at me. I
don't get it.
Here, you want me to help you get it? I didn't see one comment from Dirt Perfect that said you guys didn't understand the full aspect of the job.
There's a lot of comments to get to. I just can't get to them all.
It just allows me to give you some crap.
So you'd have nothing to be mad about today if I did that. All right, I'm gonna, my hand, my eyeballs, and this camera all don't fit in that hole. So you're gonna have to let me do my thing and then I'll show you. I don't know if you guys can see down in there, but there is line of defense number 1. Got that tar all pushed back in there, sealed up pretty good. Matt's got some tar and a caulking gun, so I'm gonna reach back in there and get a few spots with it. And I'm just want a little bit more of an insurance policy on. Keep in mind, I did keep this right here open, so if water does come down through there, it can get out into this trench here. So we're gonna caulk that up. Got a few spots like this here we're gonna caulk up, and then we're gonna paint her up. All right, guys, somehow I managed to get tar all over my hands. I don't think I've ever worked with tar in my life and not wore half the tube.
That's the way it works.
So, hey, but PP Blaster works really good for cleaning your hands off, if you're wondering. But the second line of defense was we went in there and actually put the tar in there, the foundation tar out of a tube. I went in there and I stuck my hand in there and really got it worked back in the cracks, all the nooks and crannies and crevices. And the third line of defense is going to be the foundation tar we're going to paint on. As you see, Matt there, he's really working it down in there, making sure it works good. This stuff's a little different than the roof stuff because it'll actually stick to the wall and not run down it. Works pretty well. So
pretty pasty stuff.
this is my kind of painting, you know. It
gets covered
you
up.
just got to get it covered. Just got to get it covered. So we're gonna let Matt work on that. We actually brought a couple pieces of plywood. Our OSB. We're going to cover this hole up tonight for 2 reasons. The homeowner's got kids and pets. I don't want either one of those getting down there into the tar. That would not be good. And it's supposed to get a little bit cool tonight. A little cooler than I'd like for that tar to be exposed to, because we want it good and dry in the morning. So hopefully that OSB will keep a little bit of that moisture in there. So I'm going to pack those 2 sheets over there. And that might be as far as we can go for today. Have to come back tomorrow and polish this off. All right, guys, there's what she looks like, all painted and sealed up. Matt did a magnificent job.
Thank you, sir.
I'm pretty sure you didn't miss your calling as a painter.
No, it's tar.
but you'll do for today.
That's right.
So we're yeah, you guys can't tell, sun's going down, getting late. So we're gonna cover this up. I got some props up against the wall there, slide some OSB on it. Kind of insulate that from the evening. One thing we do have going for us, this is the dryer vent, so it's blowing some nice hot air that way. Keep her, it's not supposed to get below freezing tonight. It's supposed to get, what, like maybe 40?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Better try again.
We're gonna go with 40.
Okay, 40's great.
But as long as this stuff don't freeze, we'll be fine. So
I don't think it'll freeze once we get the plywood on.
that's the purpose of the plywood, genius.
Are you done yet?
No, this camera's a lot.
Talking to your people.
This camera's a lot lighter than that, so I figured I'd just hold it instead.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh, I got this in, kinda. It's like back in school when you were building tents, or back whenever you were kids.
Oh, easy there.
That went down. It's kind of hard with one hand. Hi-ya!
That's your good hand.
All right, hold on. Perfect. Hey, somebody built the house square. That's always a plus.
Good thing we didn't put that on anybody else's stuff.
All right, slide her down a little bit.
It's against the wall.
Let's cut a piece to go right here, and then we'll have her. All right, guys, there she is. She is all tinted. Should be nice and warm and toasty tonight. Even if it just stays ground temperature, we're gonna be perfectly fine. So what we gotta do now, unfortunately, I have to run back to town for another meeting, so I'm gonna switch trucks and get some rock, because tomorrow what we'll do is we will actually just go ahead and fill this all up with rock. All this rock you see here now is when we backfilled the basement previously. Get this all filled up with rock. However, water will have multiple options to get out of here. We'll get this all prettied back up. They're actually wanting to pour a concrete pad in here, so that's kind of the urgency to get this all fixed. So there's no need to come back with topsoil or anything like that. So we'll pack this debris out of here and put rock back in there. That's gonna be tomorrow. For now, we need to go get rock. All right, out of the hot rod. Can't forget that. Back into the old dump truck. Probably should have took the dump truck to town earlier and got rock when I was in town earlier, but I knew I had to go back to town later no matter what. I didn't want to risk not getting what we got done. So that's why I took the van instead of the truck, and we'll take the truck this trip. Seems like a wasted trip. There are a lot of driving, but it's all gonna work out one way or another. I guess the old saying, it kind of is. Oh no, you're gonna start, aren't you? Is what it is. And rough. All right, guys, we just rolled in down here to get loaded. He's back there somewhere. We're gonna get, we're not gonna get a full load. We're only gonna get about 7 ton. That should be more than enough. And what's in there is 5s, and we're gonna end up getting number 7s. The reason for that is we gotta dump these in their driveway, and that's what is in their driveway is 7s. If we don't get them all picked up, it's not the end of the world. We'll just leave a few rocks behind. Better make sure my tailgate's latched. Gotta get a radio on this truck. And we're off. Alright guys, we are rolling back in the lot for the evening. We're gonna park this truck up and pick this back up in the morning. Head up there and finish her off. So guys, get back in my parking spot without backing into my hot rod over there. But with all that being said, we'll catch you guys in the morning. All right guys, it's an absolutely beautiful morning. Check out that view over there. Isn't that nice? Absolutely awesome. But we're pulling back up to the house right there. I still got the trailer back here with me, so we're gonna unhook the trailer so I can get in there and get this rock dumped, and then get everything backfilled, and then get what we need to done. So let's do it. Boy, that would have been bad. About left my Pepsi on top of the truck, but all right, so we got the trailer unhooked down there on the road. Got some fancy cones set around it, thanks to an awesome subscriber. We got the rock dumped off here in the driveway, and we'll leave the truck parked there because whatever dirt we don't need that we dug out that gets replaced by rock, well, it gets hauled out. So let's see what we got. Matt's already disassembling our tent this morning. See if all of our tar dried. Oh yes, that looks pretty good, folks. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Let's get this girl backfilled. Well, let's see if this old girl will fire up this morning. Whew. It's not cold, but borderline nippy. I'm not going to get overly full buckets because I don't want to drop a bunch of rock in their yard. We're not going that far, so if we got to take one extra trip, that's better than raking rock up out of the yard later. I got Matt cleaning all the dirt off the blades, so when we go to track that thing out of there, kind of same thing. We don't end up with a bunch of rock all over the yard. Traffic jam. Alright, so here's my plan. I'm going to ramp up over this pile. Try to get this rock dumped in here without hitting the house. Hang on. Here we go. Backtrack out of here. I'm going to take a lot of this dirt with me. Hopefully. Do the same thing. I don't want to overfill this. I don't want to lose a bunch of stuff in the yard. That'll do the trick. Make a nice gentle turn here. Back to the truck we go. And look who parked what right in the way. Parked it right in the way. It's hard to find good help. Don't worry, I'll move it.
I'll get it. You just set your boat back down.
You have 40 acres of options. And you
Don't tear up the yard.
Well, okay. This is true. I did tell you not to tear up the yard. Just pull it right up in the driveway for now. It's like an air traffic controller. Alright, you guys get the idea. Let's get this done.
Here it comes with another load of rock. Beautiful.
All right, Matt, there we got the rock in there. Isn't that beautiful? It's almost too pretty to cover up.
It's gonna be covered up with concrete one of these days anyway.
So here's the plan. We got the rock in here. I'm gonna dump out last little bit in the truck. We're gonna take this little bit of dirt and just kind of skim across the top of this. This will eventually be concrete. That rock is actually the bottom grade of the concrete, but that may be a year down the road. So we're gonna go ahead and just get a little bit of dirt on it and throw some straw on it, just so that way this spring, if they want some grass, they'll have some grass. It's not the best dirt, but it's better than rock. That has a better chance of growing grass than rock.
And it's gonna do just fine with concrete.
Yeah. So, all right.
Homeowner specified that. So.
Yeah. Let me dump that, and then we'll clean this up.
All right, so Mike is dumping that last bucket of dirt before he skim coats the rock with that, but I see a problem. Mike is notorious for running things over. I'm sure you've seen videos of that. So you see how close that dirt is. You know he's gonna pull right up in there. We gotta get some stuff out of his way. Make sure we put it right here on the house corner, because if he hits this, that's a major problem. So I'm sure he'll avoid that. Looking good. Now we'll take the shovel and we'll break them big chunks up. Back up a little bit.
I don't wanna.
I want to get this pipe out of here. That doesn't need to go there. You see, it's not bad dirt. It breaks up pretty good. It'll grow grass. Like Mike said, a lot better than rock, but
boy, that don't look too shabby for a couple of amateurs.
nope, looks pretty good.
I'm gonna go ahead and start loading the truck up. Don't forget your shovel over there.
I won't.
Actually, once you put those with that, I'm gonna dump this. I'm gonna dump that in the truck. Yeah. Details, details, details.
You know why they were sitting on the corner?
So I wouldn't run over them. It worked. All right, guys, we pretty much got everything back here done and cleaned up. Homeowner come out. They are pleased with everything. The real test will be when we get a big rain tomorrow, which is coming. But for now, we're gonna get loaded up and get out of here. Hit the road. Boy, I got lucky. I about pulled a rookie move. Dumped all that in there. I don't have a tailgate latched. Hurry up, do that before Matt sees it. Nothing to see here, Matt. I'm gonna pull this truck down on the road, get the trailer hooked back up down there, and then that'll give me a chance to grade out a little bit of the rock here in the driveway. This is the day before Thanksgiving, in case you guys are wondering. You're probably seeing this about New Year's, and I apologize for that, but you guys know my system. I'm gonna be a nice guy, grade the driveway for him, and clean up our mess there in the driveway. We're gonna hit the road. So I mentioned how nice a view they got up here. Man, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Matt's ambitious and I love it. He's up here trying to do a little bit of grade work. And he is getting way better on the equipment. He has learned a lot, come a long ways in a short period of time, but not quite there yet. Don't you let me polish this off real quick?
I'll track that down.
Yeah, but don't load it yet. We gotta load this first. I got the trailer backed up, but it's not hooked up.
Okay, I'll finish hooking it up once I get that track down there.
Yep. All right, guys. That's got a good start on this. I'm gonna get this a little bit cleaned up here, and we're gonna load up. Man, I don't know if you guys can see down there, but that boat has got one huge smokestack on it. You see that?
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
So that boat has got one huge smokestack on it.
Got two on it.
You think he's trying to compensate?
I don't know, there's one on each side, isn't there?
Must be a Mississippi boat or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got the skid steer loaded up wherever it's at back there. That was a nice guy. I went ahead and touched up the driveway. They had a little bit of a pothole there at the end. They had some whoop-de-doos about halfway up the hill. That wasn't part of the deal, but they're good customers, they're good people. And we were here, so why not fix the driveway before we leave? So, yeah. Matt's getting the skid steer chained down. I'm gonna get the mini excavator loaded up. I tell you, both of them do fit on this trailer, but we do not have much more than an inch to spare to make it happen. I've actually got to put the blade of the mini excavator inside the bucket of the skid steer, but it works. Jobs like this, it's handy. Got a half load of dirt in the truck, got the skid steer on the trailer, got the mini excavator on the trailer. One trip, overdone. Trailer's actually become way more handier than I thought it was going to be. All right, watch out now. We're going to swing this way. And that blade fits right down in that bucket like it was meant to be. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Got it. Look, I'll show you. Here's a wish I had the drone up here. I'd fly down there and take a better look at that boat, but hopefully you guys can see her a little better now. That's a pretty good sized boat for the Ohio. I can't read the name on the side of it. On the Ohio River, it's pretty common to have 15 barge tows. They're 3 wide, 5 long. And the reason for that is that's what they can fit through the dams. You get on the lower Mississippi where they don't have any dams, and they'll go up to 30 plus barges. You could run 30 plus barges here on the river, but they got to break them apart to get to the dams, and it don't become cost effective to do that. So that's why you see what they call a 15 barge tow, which is what that is right there. So anyways, let's help Matt get chained down and roll. All right, guys, we are loaded down, we are chained down, we are done, problem fixed, customer happy. Let's roll on out of here. Alright guys, that's a wrap on this one. I'm going to leave you guys with some scenic river views here as we drive on to the next job. But as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And we shall catch you guys on the next one.